Race of this evening, you see our racers getting ready. Randy Kirtley, Jackson Darty, Bruce Bullington, Nathaniel Burden, Guillermo Sire, Glenn Burden, and Jay Latham going to line up just one car shy of a giveaway, folks. Gale Force Raceways from the previous live stream was racing the 4-inch Super Late models. Says nice, a little live racing action. We appreciate that. Got to get the chat up to date right now. And here we go. We are good. Action Jackson, you better get your car out there. Get ready to go. Group 12 action. Folks, I'm probably going to take this to the track, as they call it, and probably be right here, track marshaling, and do a little live commentation while I'm doing it, while the guys are racing it, and help them get their cars put back on. Don't forget, 2 community strikes followed by 3 strikes and you're out. So after the second one, that's all you got, folks. Give them a second to get their controllers hooked up. We see the cars. We know they're there. We'll do a little cam 1 and 2 action here. If you want to chat, I know YouTube works. Facebook and Twitch is questionable. But hopefully they're coming in too. Pinball action too. Glenn Burden and that beautiful dice rolling Hawaiian getting his stuff set up, ready to go. All right, racers, are you ready? Watch your lights. All right, here we go, folks. 4 red lights drop out to green. Already a nice smooth transition here as we see Jay Latham taking the lead there on purple lane. Get a little bit of an incident here involving what looks to be Randy Kirtley. No, it's actually Jackson with Randy Kirtley's body. First community strike. Thank you, Jackson, birthday boy. These guys are running nice and smooth so far, though. I think we're going to have a good race here. The track freshly spray glued with some medium heavy. And these babies are humming. That's what you want to see. I love some good orange track racing. All right, looks like Jackson's going to take up the second community strike. All right, now they will incur strikes per racer.
Get ready.
Guillermo Sire, your leader off of blue lane right now. As he gives a gentle smudge grudge shot there to Nathaniel Burden, sending him to the outside. That's one for Nathaniel. Get a little bit of a hang up here off red lane. It'll be Randy Kirtley and a big long guide flag from Mid-America. Sharp tip. Costs them on red every once in a while. Red tip likes to dig into the track, especially on them tighter corners going uphill. Got a yellow flag, possible under dead man's corner.
Yeah, down there.
I got it. All right, that's Guillermo Sire's first one. Right now we have Nathaniel, Randy, and Guillermo with a strike. Yellow flag under the bridge. All right, looks like we're going to have to bring this candy-colored green car, Bruce Bullington, with a strike. And that's 2 for Nathaniel Burden as I trip over my shoelaces. Shoelaces tied. That's 1 strike for me. And that's 1 for Jay Latham in the Mazzetti. Jay Latham, your current leader right now with 21 total laps. You're king of Lanes Raceway. As he sends it yet again hard coming out of the corner there for number 2 for Jay. Jay Latham must have done quite a bit of work on his car. That baby is smooth and handling nice. Nice, good grip coming around the track. I've got my hands on the outer side of the donut here, and when he goes around, I'm not hearing any chattering. So he's got that thing humming, folks. We see him take it there to the inside, to the outside lane here. See, where previous week, him and Jackson on white lane right now, they were pretty much neck and neck, but not this week. Jay Latham's front running here as he's running off and leaving guys. The Group 12. What a class. You just never know from week to week whether people got their stuff together or not, but right now we see Jay Latham really humming. It's kind of tied up there a little bit with Guillermo Sire. That's definitely 2 for Jackson. 2 seconds left to go in the heat. Looks like everybody's going to be safe this time. Guillermo Sire currently in the lead in blue. Jay Latham's arch nemesis. Looks like Guillermo Sire got a little more coast than Jay, but Jay's got a little more acceleration and top speed when it comes to the back and front stretches here. It's still left up to decide who's going to end up being the winner of this race, but let's go over here to the track mate real quick and take a quick look and see what we see here. Guillermo with 36 laps, tied up. Glenn Burden and Jay Latham both 35 laps. Randy Kirtley with 33, Bruce Willington 30, 28 for Nathaniel, 25 for Jackson. Taking a look here at the chat, nobody on right now. We are running the Motorsports song list for Epidemic Sound to keep those DMCAs away. Definitely check those guys out. Pretty low cost when you're talking yearly, 200 and something bucks or so like that, and you can do all the live streaming with some nice music in the background. All the guys got their cars off right now. They're going to the pits to do a little work. It's going to be about 1 minute and 45 seconds before we go back green racing. And I'll leave it on here if you guys want to say anything, got any questions about what's going on here, definitely chime in, let us know. If you want me to do an interview with one of these guys, you want to ask them a question, I do have a microphone to be able to ask these guys questions, and they do a pretty good job of answering them. So we'll be right back with you 1 minute and 23 seconds. I'm going to go grab me a water. All right, 15 seconds before we go back green. Let's go to a little bit bigger cam view here. We're going to do the Big Daddy view of the high banks this round. Actually, you know what? Let's do cam 2. Cam 2 for this round. That's a good view. Guillermo Sire, your current leader, down on purple lane right now. He's getting crispy down there, folks. He's got some really long gears or something here, and he's able to get those top speeds up. Him and Glenn Burden neck and neck is Jay Latham a little slow on the touch, causing him and Guillermo Sire both to come off. Something's wrong with black lane, you're not getting full power. Okay. Make sure your connections are really good on that. Like, I mean, all the way around it. Tight. We're going to take a look here real quick, folks, on black lane. Just making sure no braid or nothing is touching. Looks all right. Let me come over and make sure that... Oh, it was. Okay. All right, Excelente. If y'all have any other issues, let me know. Sometimes those little prongs, me and Dad found out last week, those prongs can get loose, and they can mess with it too. All right, a minute 34 second. The breaker was shunted on black lane, losing all brake agility and power. Jay Latham, Guillermo Sire, and Nathaniel Burden coming off. Jay Latham and Guillermo neck and neck coming around the donut portion of the track. Both of them running hardcore straight line speed here. It looks like Guillermo was making some moves coming around the corner there, but Jay was able to hold him off. But he came off right there at the end, underneath Dead Man's Corner. So just what we're seeing here right now is Jay Latham's got a little more top speed than Guillermo, but Guillermo's got a little bit more handling when it comes through coming around the donut and the S portion of the tracks, what I'm noticing. So we'll see if Jay can lean on his expertise to be able to catch Guillermo. Guillermo right now just barely holding off. Now Glenn Burden coming out of nowhere here in orange lane, driving the monster machine as he's coming to take what's rightfully his, that number one victory. Group 12 action, GTP, high downforce, high wing speed. Bruce Bullington and Jay Latham coming off there. This is what you want to see. High downforce, high speed. The monster machine, freshly painted body here at Lanes Raceway, a Warrior body from Ralph Thorne. Glenn Burden showing us how it's done in that car, as that car is in tune. I think he's running a Mid-America Gemini chromed out chassis underneath this chassis. I don't know what type of power plant he's running, if it's a Coford 12 or if it's a Hawk 6 here in Randy's. I'll take a look real quick. Ooh, yeah, nice. Running the Coford Ultralight. I think it might actually have ball bearings in the front, so that ain't bad. Group 12, Group 12. Love the sound. We see Glenn Burden making a move here to try to get Bruce Bullington. The top speed is key. A lot of these guys opting to use 8-tooth pinions in the rear of these machines. A little side-to-side slop there. Looks like Nathaniel Burden there coming off on White Lane. Nathaniel just recently bought a new body from Mid-America, the new Bentley style bodies. I didn't have time to cut it out as we run race after race after race here on Sunday, but we're going to get that taken care of, and he'll have the new body. And that could be as simple as that. When it comes to some of these guys, they take enough rear end lickings here. The bodies like to tuck. So Bruce Bullington and Randy Kirtley coming off on that one. I've done lost track of how many times people's come off. I'm blurring together. Hopefully they're honest, so do so. Black Lane, Jay Latham come crispy coming around here right before the track shut off. Felt the back of his body scrape the donut portion of the track. That was pretty crazy. Heading over to the track mate though, let's take a look and see some of these times here. So we can see Guillermo Sire out in the lead right now, 72 laps. Glenn Burden was 71, Jay Latham 70. Randy Kirtley 68, and that's round up the top four there. So you can see every one of these guys within shooting distance. And they're running impeccably here, folks. Keeping these cars on. It's going to be a pretty quick race, it looks like, with how well these guys are handling these cars. Now, they've spent the past couple weeks working on these cars because every other week we're either running this series, the Group 12, or we're running the Group 20 wing car. Now, a lot of guys had a lot of trouble with the Group 20 wing car last week. Randy Kirtley even blowing a motor. So we'll see how that pans out shortly. You see me down here. Swapping camera modes. Sometimes it's more difficult than it looks. Checking in on chat. No, nothing really chatty up right now. It seems like I always miss it. But nonetheless, if you want to chat, you want a question, you got something you want to say, right now is the time. In between these heats, that's when I can talk to people. That's when I can do things. If you got any questions about what you're seeing here, if you'd like to race, where are we located? Well, we're located in Kentucky, so central Kentucky, I guess western Kentucky, 17 miles south of Owensboro. 1 minute and 18 seconds. We'll be back with you. Probably going to just leave it on this camera mode here. You get the best of both worlds. You get a little bit of Cam 2 around the donut action where the action happens, and a little bit of action around the high banks where the top speed comes. And that's what this all boils down to. You either got a car built to go around the corners really quick, or you got a car built to go top speed really quick and make up for it. So 50 seconds. We'll be right back with you. All right, folks, 14 seconds. Jay Latham hurrying up and getting that Halloween special on the track. He's looking to hunt down some ghosts. But can he hunt down the monster himself? Glenn Burden. Glenn's on one tonight, folks. He's got Guillermo in his sights. He's hungry as he passes his son Nathaniel up on Red Lane. Right now, Guillermo in the lead by 1 lap. But Glenn Burden not giving up. He loves the GTP 12, and he's hungry for it, folks. Got 2 cars coming off here. One of them, Randy Kirtley. And the other one, Guillermo Sire. This is the first of community. Okay. We got Bruce underneath the bridge here. What a beautiful body Bruce has. All right. First community down. My hair is causing my headset to fall off. exactly what Glenn Burden wanted to see now, actually pulling it within probably just a half of a lap to Guillermo Sire now as he came off. Glenn Burden just got to keep his head, keep focused here as Jay Latham now pulling up on Glenn Burden. Both Jay Latham and Guillermo Sire got exceptionally fast cars down the chute. Jay Latham's just a hair faster than Guillermo's, but what Glenn loses in top end, he is definitely making up for making it around the S portion of the track. And that's going to be the second community on Jackson. Yep. So now strikes are going to count for each individual. It's all about patience is key here, as we see maybe 2 cars coming off here. Yeah, I think he's in. All right, Jay Latham from the Halloween Special. 1 strike. Patience is key. We do tech these cars with a Flexi Tech tool, the width of the tires mattering the most, but the height of the chassis even more so. So if they get lifted whatsoever, they got to get tires. Some of these guys often run the better 720 tires in the rear to get a little bit better handling and stuff, but they opt that out for durability. So that's going to be 1 strike there on Guillermo Sire. Right now, your leader, Guillermo Sire, on Black Lane, humming around there as he goes to take a couple more victims. But he's neck and neck there with Glenn Burden. As you can see, Glenn Burden there with the green and black car. Only giving up just a little bit when it comes to top end Glenn Burden. But as long as Glenn Burden keeps his car on, I don't think he's going to have much of an issue here. As we're having some problems here with Guillermo's car staying on when it comes to the horseshoes. But Guillermo running an exceptional race. That's going to be 2 strikes here for Jay Latham, another one of the podium guys right now, currently in 2nd position. These motors do get hot, folks. Turning high RPMs. The Halloween Special, Jay Latham back in the mix. That's 2 strikes for Jay this heat. 1 more, he's gone. So he's really going to have to calm it down. Probably going to give advantage to Glenn Burden here as he's got to calm down a little bit. And Glenn Burden coming off for the first time, along with Bruce and Jay's 3rd. All right. Purple. Purple car, right here. That's off. Yep. All right, Bruce Bullington. Jay, was that your 3rd? All right. I must have miscounted, folks. Glenn Burden on 1. All right. So now giving advantage to Guillermo, able to gain a couple more laps right then. Both Glenn and Jay going to have to calm her down a smidge as Glenn comes off, opting for the quick change and no button press. Well, that pushed Glenn down to 4th position. He can make that up, though, with decisions like that. You got to take advantage of them when you can. And I think that was a wise decision by Glenn doing that versus hitting the button. So we got Guillermo Sire right now in the lead by 3 laps, just from 1 blunderbuss between Jay and Glenn. Now 105, Jay and Randy Kirtley. Randy Kirtley poised back there in the back of the field, taking his time, waiting on the prey, stalking, not necessarily pushing for, the best laps turned here. So we've seen him turn better in the LMP series, more than 40 laps before, now running 37 here with a more powerful motor and better body setup. But he's kind of poised there in the back, just biding his time, trying to get his way up to the top, more or less coalescing his mind to keep it in a frame of consistency versus speed. And it looks like that's paying off, especially today. Glenn Burden now back to 103 total laps, but he can easily make that up when he made such a wise decision there at the end, putting his car on the backstretch versus taking one of those strikes that he definitely didn't want to take. Minute and 44 seconds left to go. We'll be right back with you. I'm going to go ahead and leave you guys on the iRacing main screen. If you want to chat, you want to say something, definitely say something here, and we'll answer whatever questions you have. Or if you just want to stop by and say hi, or even say hey, like what you guys are doing. We appreciate all that, and our racers do too. All right, folks, I'm back. Sorry about the delay. Had an incoming call here for an order. Not to mention, Clay Dame just sending me a couple photos here I'm very interested in seeing. Holy smokes, folks. So he's showing me all the pictures here of the Farm Machinery Show custom puller tractors. And I'll tell you what, he's wanting to get, and this might excite you a little bit. You might be interested in this. Might even be able to get it on the screen here. So let's take a look here real quick. Let's see if you can see this. There you go. So coming to those custom pulling tractors, wants to do some tractor pulling here on our drag strip. So I think we're going to end up trying to do some of that stuff too. If he gets a couple of those, that'd be pretty cool. We'll do some tractor pulls here at Lanes Raceway, get us a sled, have some tractor pulls. You know how we do up here. We're always trying to do something different. But I do like some of these pictures he sent. I really like that. What looks to be an Allison Chambers or a Case tractor there with the big blown out tires. Pretty sweet. Minute and 41 seconds left to go in the heat. Yellow flag. Randy Kirtley hitting the button on that one. Guillermo Sire out in the lead. 116. Jay Latham 113. Randy 110. And Glenn Burden 1-9. Glenn's going to make that up. He's like, man, I got to get back in the mix here. 3.398 best lap. Everybody running in the threes, as high as a 3.7 best lap. Glenn Burden's Monster Mobile running pretty smooth around there, so we get a yellow flag. Dana Durham able to grab that. Let me get you guys on a little bit better of a view here. I know you guys don't want to see this unless we're during break. Ooh, Jay Latham and Guillermo Sire involved in the incident. And take a quick peek at the brushes they did. Guillermo Sire, 122. Jay Latham back in second place, 118. Randy Kirtley, 116. Glenn Burden, 116. Glenn Burden trying to get in that podium action here on red lane. Kind of tough to do so, but he's got a nice, smooth grip here as long as he keeps his cool. I think a lot of people are wrecking here today. Might poised to be good for him. Randy Kirtley coming off there. Definitely what Jay wants to see. Doesn't want nobody on his back, and that's also what Glenn wants to see. Randy Kirtley, he can't win them all, folks, but he tries, so I will say that. He's got the old controller out, tuning it up. By the time this is over with, he's probably going to be a front runner with these guys. He always kind of shows a little bit on purple. Purple is Achilles' heel. 1 minute left to go in the heat. Guillermo Sire, 126 with a median 3.35 and a best lap of 3.053, your current best, followed by Jay Latham right there, just neck and neck with him. Jackson there catching an edge just a little bit early on the throttle, causing that. Makes the back end snap out, pull you right out every time. And that time a little late and gassing it while he was on the backstretch. Thinking too much about it, folks. First and foremost, it's about having fun here. Then about being fast and consistent. I think the gear ratio might need a little bit of a change there for so that's the third one for Randy there. He's going to be coming off. Glenn Burden 1 second or 1 lap down. Randy poised and hoping that he's going to see another Jay Latham wreck for sure. And that's a red flag rotation. Guillermo Sire, you're a leader by 6 laps right now. Jay Latham there in a close second. Jay Latham currently with 140 total laps. 135 of Glenn Burden. Glenn Burden inching his way back up there to that second position. Randy Kirtley taking a pretty big monstrous hit there, a 42nd time hit, 130 now. And Bruce Wilson, 128, he's right there on Randy's heels. He's ready to take over that 4th position and give his stab at making a podium tonight. Nathaniel Burden, 118, and Jackson, 116. They're just trying to get their nose into that 5th level game. And head over here to the chat section. You guys want to talk about anything? Like I said, I'm here. In the meantime, watch these guys work on their cars. We'll be right back. All right, folks, 10 seconds before we see those beautiful red lights. I'm excited. I hope you are. Going back to the main screen here, Guillermo Sire in a fit of rage as he runs around the track. Jay Latham right behind him. Tiny legs, high RPMs. Here we go, folks. They made it. Randy Kirtley's still hooking his controller up. He got her on there. Only lost probably about a lap there. Guillermo Sire currently in the lead. First community down would be Nathaniel Burden's car. Now, Nathaniel Burden brought his car over here after running that full heat, and what surprised me was how cool his motor was. He's running a Velociraptor 12 Pro slot with a Hawk 6 can poly magnets. We got Jay Latham for the second community. Strikes are now in play. Full red lights drop out to green, and we're rolling, folks. It's a really, really close race here. Glenn Burden poised to make a pass. I think the back end of Jay was just stepped out just a hair. When you're racing that close, it's tough. The old Gemini chassis here for Glenn Burden, though, is a screamer tonight. That's one on Glenn. Natty Ice has got some torque in that monster. Couldn't even push it, folks. It was so torquey. We see Glenn Burden and Randy Kirtley there neck and neck. Randy Kirtley just a little bit more top end. Four laps separate second to third. Glenn Burden now taking that third position. Glenn Burden sitting back. He says, you know what, I'm going to chill out a little bit. I'm going to try to come back a little bit at a time as we see Randy Kirtley come here to the high side of Black Lane. Let's make sure we didn't have a bend axle there. Jay Latham's Halloween special. Whoops, almost stuck him on orange. He's so orange. Guillermo Sire 8 laps ahead right now. Jay Latham with 151. Glenn Burden 147. What can I say about Guillermo? He's just keeping her on, folks. That's one for the monster himself, Glendis Burden. In third position. Nipping at the heels of Jay. We see a three-way pact here between Glenn and Guillermo. That was just your second one, wasn't it, Glenn? I thought your first one was community. Okay. All right, that was 3 for Glenn. Man, I could have swore that was just 2. Guillermo Sire taking a hit. So Glenberg probably going to drop back again on this one to maybe 5th because Randy and Bruce both tied up 145. But we still got a whole lot of racing left to go here. 3 more heats of this. So Glenn's still got a chance at podium for sure. As we see Natty Ice and Action Jackson, 2. All right, here we go, folks.
Get ready. Yellow flag. Get ready.
Third one for the Viking, Natty Ice. Couple more seconds left to go in the heat. Like I said, we still got 3 heats left to go. Still a lot of racing left to go. Tonight just seems to be Guillermo's night. Harley reckon got that baby tuned in for the orange track. A lot of times we see Guillermo on the orange track kind of suffer a little bit and have some hard times keeping his car on the track, coming off a lot of times down on black and on red. And that's 1 for Guillermo. 2 for Guillermo.
Get ready.
17 seconds left to go. Here, a little bit of a slip in a gear on one of the cars, possibly Bruce Bullington's. Kind of sounds a little squilly. We'll get a red flag rotation there. Guillermo Sire in the lead with 182. 10 laps back from that, Jay Latham. So we take a look here at the track mate. 172 for Jay Latham in second place. Randy Kirtley 165 in third. Bruce Bullington 163. Glenberg not losing as much as we thought. I mean, he's definitely going to need some guys to crash out and wreck out. But 151, Glenn definitely having a fast car here tonight, running into 36s, 35s. That's up front movement there. Guillermo Sire is having a race of his life here. On average, 36.4 to Jay Latham in second with a 34.4. Bringing you back to the chat screen here. If you got any questions about what we run here, anything about our series that we run, it's all combined stuff here right now. But I'm here to help. Not to mention, we'll be back in about a couple minutes before we go back green racing. In the meantime, I'm going to take my mouth a break. All right, folks, 8 seconds left to go before we go back green racing. Trying to get my cousin to quit wearing women jeans. He's got a hard time with it. He shows up every week wearing women jeans. I just don't get it. All right. So we get the first for the community. I must have got into Jackson's head. Happy birthday. All right, Bruce Mullington also coming off. But no strikes to be given yet. That's just one of two community. I'm pretty good at keeping track of the community strikes. Now, when it comes to keeping track of everybody else's strikes, it's pretty tough for me. It's a lot of people to keep track of. I'm just hoping these guys are honest and running each other true. That's a sign of a good racer. Plus, if you win by cheating, you didn't really win. All right, this is a second community. Randy Kirtley coming off on this bad baby. Ten laps separate first from second. Guillermo Sire currently in the lead. Jay Latham in second with 176. A little bit of a battle happening between Randy and Bruce yet again. The first strike given is going to be for Jay Latham in the Halloween special. Oh, Randy Kirtley's going to get him one too. Coming off in the high banks, or the donut. What, baby? What? What, babe? On yellow? It looks good to me. You know you got gas through that? There's one for Action Jackson. You hit the button. That's the rules. That is the rules, Jackson. You hit the button. I know. Did Bruce get it is the question. He did. He's going through. All right, that's one for Guillermo. Then I guess you'd have to put all this on yourself. You do it for about a week. Oh, a little bit of a catch there. What lane is Glenn on blue? Blue's up, T. You need to get the roller on blue. Yeah, I seen him clip it. Okay. That's two for the Randy. Cotton candy. Red lane and blue lane's up on the backstretch. He hit that and peeled it. Not there, honey. Right on the backstretch. Well, maybe it peeled it all the way. Yeah, right there. Keep rolling right there. Push down on it. There you go. That's good. It's on there now. It's good now. Red lane. Don't forget red. Do red. Right there in the same spot. Right there. Right in there. Back. Go back. Right in there. Good. All right. Now that we got the track under control, good to go. We got a yellow flag here. Okay. Looks like there's another one for Jay and another one for Guillermo. Yep, 2-2 and 2. Glenn is got his fingers crossed, and so does Bruce. They want to see some wrecks. They might even cause a few. right, one of them's coming off. Did he go back in? Yep. All right, Jay's going. I told you, fellas and ladies out there in internet land, there's still a lot of racing left to go. When I'm training young kids to race slot cars, the biggest thing I always say is get consistent first, then worry about being fast, because in a second of time, you can go from first to last. As we get 1, 2, he's in. All right. Both of these guys, of course, not coming out the race. You can see it. .30 left to go. Guillermo Sire in the lead. Randy Kirtley now taking second. Bruce Bullington in third, and we got a yellow flag. Okay, under the bridge. And that's 1 for Glenn. Right now is a good time for Glenn to actually start pushing a little bit harder, as he's still got 2 more strikes to go. 18 seconds. He needs to try to get ahead of Jay and take whatever advantage he can. Jay's car just a smidge quicker, but Glenn Burton still can find his way back, as we've seen Randy Kirtley fight his way back to second position just simply by keeping his car in the track. Because Randy Kirtley's car, not necessarily a super fast car, neither is Bruce's. They're about the same, but the guys just kept their cars in the track, and this is where we're seeing a lot of these change-ups. So just want to try your best to stay consistently speaking and keep your car in the track, and it seems to pay off pretty good dividends, as we can see. Right now, Guillermo Sire not having a problem keeping his car in the track this week. Last week, can't say the same, or the week before. Sorry, because last week wasn't here. But the week before last, Guillermo had some troubles here on the orange track. This week, he's got her toned and tuned in. 216 right now, holding out the lead, just a front runner. Randy Kirtley there, 201. 196, Bruce Bullington for third place. Jay, Glenn, Jackson, and Nathaniel all fighting just to get their nose back into that top 3 podium finish here at Lanes Raceway. And just like I said before, folks, chat's up. But not only that, it's anybody's race still here, as we still got 2 more round-robin heats. And all it takes is 3. 3 wrecks. And it can swap up in a moment's notice. Right now, 15 laps, when you're talking 37 to 40 laps, folks, if you're talking those kind of laps, 30 to 40 laps, and you wreck 3 times, 15, 16 laps, you are dropping a position. Oh, no, he's in one now. Jay's got him an ice cold Pepsi in a can here, folks. He's coming back. He's getting a sugar rush. Jay Latham wants first place, but so does Bruce and Randy. Jay's going to have to step over Bruce and Randy, push the car to the limits. Glenn Burton, the same thing. Glenn and Jay and Guillermo, all 3 have a car that is running exceptionally fast, but they are going to have to overcome what Guillermo's already put out. Guillermo's going to have a wreck out, just like Jay and Glenn have both had. And we're just going to have to see what's going to happen. We got 2 heats. I don't want to call it. I don't want to call what's going on here. It's a gnarly race here for sure. Sounds like Glenn might need to roll them dice. Finishing on black. Glenn loves black. He likes to scrape that outside wall, folks. 20 seconds, we'll be back green racing. We're going to go ahead and get the camera set up for that. I love some GTP. 10 seconds. Cotton Candy Randy on a nice gentle jog and on a nice, beautiful spring day. He's going to have plenty of time. 5 red lights drop out to a green. We're going racing. Let's see if we see some people get shut down. Glenn Burton making a nice pass. Oh, and putting his son to the outside wall for the first community. Told Glenn he needed to take and roll them dice, and he did. I just caught Jackson lacking with a fake smile, folks. Oh, so we get 2 more come off. Second community, we are counting strikes, folks. Guillermo Sire on red. Jay Latham on green. A lot of racing left to go. 1 minute and 40 seconds. Made it just over 16 or 17 seconds into this heat. It's time to roll the dice if you're going to do it. If you're going to push for that podium, you're going to have to make some moves. The Halloween special, Jay Latham taking his first strike. Randy and Bruce both in striking distance all the way down the map, folks. Just going to have to see some moves being made. Who's hungry for it? We'll see Nathaniel just edgily coming out of the horseshoe portion of the track. We'll get him set back on here. He'll take a strike for that. Glenn Burden at home when it comes to coming around a donut on the lower portion of the track on purple. As he makes a nice decision letting off the trigger there, not getting involved with Action Jackson, the birthday boy. All right, that's a strike for Jackson. And we're good. 4 red lights drop out to a green. Towards the end of the race, I always get the butterflies going. Glenn Burden running really smooth here as he goes to make a pass on Randy. Oh, and that's a number 2 for Jackson. It came back in, but he hit the button. All right. Glenn Burden goes to make a pass on Nathaniel, and he does so cleanly this time instead of rubbing him in the wall. We see a nice move there on the O's. We get Bruce and Guillermo involved in a little bit of an incident, a little tussle. I thought they were clear when they went around the horseshoe, nice and smoothly. But evidently they both drove her down deep in dead man's corner and got into each other a little bit. This happens. Guillermo running an impeccable red lane. Watch him as he comes off the horseshoe here, folks. Just smoothness incarnate. That back end just holding, tucking true as he presses the trigger right at the right moment to keep that back end tucked. Jay Latham sticking his nose in. So we get a yellow flag here. Is that 2 or 3? All 8 seconds left to go in the heat. Everybody's going to make it on this one. That's 2 for Jay. Is that 1 or 2 for you, Bruce? 2? Yeah. And a red flag and a hard press by Glenn. He was trying to get everything he could out of that. A little tenth of a second. Hey, sometimes you got to roll the dice. It looks like they all rolled the dice, and it paid off for all of them that previous heat here. As we can tell, nobody came out there. Not what Glenn, Jay, Jackson, and Nathaniel wanted to see for trying to ride up that podium. But a good run for Randy, Bruce, and Guillermo, top 3 right now. We still got one more heat left to go. If I was in a position to either take a podium home or not take a podium home, I would definitely be aggressive here no matter where I was standing if I wasn't in that podium. Now, for those that are in the podium, they should be scared. And, they should be trembling in their boots. Because I would throw every talon claw that I possibly could to get myself into that podium. And you bet your bottom dollar I would do so. We're not here to make friends, folks. We can be friends, but we're not here to make them. We're here to win them podiums at Lanes Raceway. I'm hoping to see an exciting last heat here at Lanes Raceway. And take a small break, and we're going to be back within a minute and 45 seconds. All right, here we go, folks. 7 seconds, final heat. Give them a let's go racing boogity boogity or something. 1 second left to go. We're going to see 5 red lights rolling. Nathaniel rolling right now. Green flag racing. Remember, 2 communities, then 3 strikes. It's going to have to be some hard racing for some of those guys below the podium to catch back up. Or we're going to have to see some guys in the podium wreck out. We're going to have to see 3 wrecks from them. Oh, as Jay Latham completely gets demolished underneath the bridge for the first community. Hit so hard he spread a brush. Rocking the Mazzetti, though, doing a pretty good job of it, I would have to say. One of the fastest cars here today. First community down. 4 red lights drop out to a green. 8 of 8. The gnarliest of racing. All right, second community down. Strikes are counting now. Nathaniel Vernon going to take first strike. Burden running that black lane. Tried and true as he's going to take a first strike. Randy going to take a first strike. Guillermo going to take a first strike. It's getting exponential. Folks, we got a minute and 27 seconds left to go in this heat. If we keep seeing this, we're going to see some people setting down. Podium may change. The podium may change. Oh, my, we got more coming in. Everybody has a strike other than Birthday Boy himself. Birthday Boy, the only one to survive the gauntlet. Everybody else has one strike, folks. They're all rolling the dice. They're all risking the biscuit. They want that podium, and they want it bad. Folks, that's what they're racing for. Podium track bucks. Jay Latham going to take his second here. Second hit. One to go for Jay. Definitely not what Jay wants to see. Bruce Bullington within 8 laps of Glenn. Glenn's wanting that podium. Jay Latham off. 1 minute and 5 seconds left to go. A valiant effort from probably the fastest car here today, Jay Latham. Just couldn't keep her in. As we get 2 guys coming off here. That's 2 strikes. 2 for Randy, 2 for Bruce. Ooh, these guys are not pleased. Are we seeing a change of events here? 1 minute and 2 seconds left to go. Hang on a second, y'all. I got to get this right before we go back green racing. Never mind. Had a little timeout issue there. Glenn Burden, he is rolling the dice here. Oh! And he's going to take 2. He can't let up now, though, folks. He's pushing for the podium. He's within 6 laps of the podium. 37 seconds. Bruce on 2 strikes. Randy on 2 strikes. Jackson on 1. It's a nail biter. Glenn don't care who it is, Bruce, Guillermo, or Randy. He just wants one of them to come off. He can't let up. He's got to keep pushing. He's doing a good job. Randy Kirtley even blipping up so he don't come off. They're scared. They're running scared. Glenn Burden's coming, head hunting, monster in Mobile. Randy blipping again for the final second. What a race, folks. What a race. Got to give it to Glenn Burden there, that last heat. 34 total laps turned on Black Lane. Trying his best to get in that podium, just narrowly missing it. Let's take a look here at the track mate. Do a little investigation. Guillermo Sire running impeccably all night long. Hardly any wrecks. Keeping that car in tune. Running above average speeds, running 36 on almost every single lane. 287 total laps. Randy Kirtley coming back, running some really fast ones on orange and blue, 37 total laps, but really suffering on that white lane, 31 and purple lane, which he hates. The Achilles heel of Randy Kirtley is definitely purple lane, 25 total laps, 269 for second. Bruce Bullington, 257 there in third place, another guy that was just running those average, keeping the car on, not really coming off or causing any confusion or combustion. I don't know what you want to say. I'm making up words now. Glenn Burden there in 4th place, though. Coming off, had to set out a little bit, brought it back. He was really headhunting for that podium finish, and he almost did so there at the end, making a 35-lap comeback on Black Lane. Or 34, sorry. Action Jackson, 241, kept his cool, kept it nice, calm, and clean, coming off a couple times, but still keeping it up there. He needs a good gear ratio change. I think he'll be in the mix with the rest of them. Jay Latham, fastest car tonight, I would say, on the straight stretch. Just couldn't keep the baby in there, especially on Red Lane there, suffering a lot. Nathaniel Burden, folks, had the coolest motor by far. I touched it after every heat, it felt like, and I'll tell you, ice cold. Just like Natty Ice. He just needs him a good body put on there, get some aerodynamics rolling. And I think he'll be right there, sheep for shape. Heading over here to the main screen, folks. It's me. It's over with. Another Sunday down. I'm glad to see you guys back on the live stream. Check us out next week. Hopefully everything will be good just like it was this week. I got to do a Windows update, so we never know. But nonetheless, good GTP Group 12 racing. Next week, not no GTP. Next week, Group 20 wing car. Watch your fingers. They'll cut them off. Followed by some good hard body. Some good 4-inch. Probably going to see some new guys and gals coming in on the 4-inch. Just sold a couple of them cars tonight and a couple of GRCs. So might see some new blood next week, hopefully. Maybe do some interviews with them if they do really well. Other than that, thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for enjoying our racers. Give them a shout out. Let them know you love them. God bless you, and we'll see you next week.